Evening. Could I have everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by the Honorable Jim Jolly and family.
Take us off.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, guys.
Good job, guys. Good job. Nice.
Right. Oh, actually, it was actually Laura. Your name's under there. All right, good evening, everybody. I'm going to jump right into our special recognitions and tributes. This is a special meeting, a sad one and a happy one, because today is Councilmember Jim Jolly's last and final regular meeting. Believe it or not, he's been on council since 2015, I believe. 16. And we're going to miss him. We love everything he did. I'm probably going to hand it over to him right now, and you only get 2 minutes though.
I was going to wait till council communication, but
no. Do you want to kick it off?
Sure. So I am very happy, but again, like Mr. McCullough said, filled with mixed emotions. About 9 years ago, just a little bit shy of 9 years ago, I was appointed to this seat to fulfill the remaining 2 years on city council member, turned clerk, turned treasurer, Susan Nash's seat. And now I will be resigning effectively at the end of this meeting here tonight. I want to take an opportunity to thank my colleagues on city council, past and present. It's been a wonderful experience. We've done a lot of great things together. I remember, my first couple years, at least, really being a novice and not understanding what was going on and kind of catching up and learning a lot every meeting and kind of taking every meeting as a learning session. And over the course of time, I think I've had an opportunity to see other people doing that as well, and it's kind of nice to see that the learning curve continues and that people continue to try to do their best for the city and do what's right. There have been some really great things that I think I've been able to be a part of as a member of the City Council with the help of my colleagues. We built out Tatagen Trail. We put all-access playgrounds at the parks. We started the Neighborhood Grant Program, and a lot of others that I think really made Livonia a better place. So I'm proud of those things. And it's I kind of think back over the last couple of days what I would say, and I think a whole lot of things came to mind, but one of the things that kind of stuck out with me is, I was never a kid who was good at math or science or anything like that, but government kind of always interested me. And I think when I went to Western, I was a political science major, and I kind of was accustomed to understanding the structure of the federal government, and there was a class my sophomore year that was called local government. And I still have the textbook at home, and it's something that really interested me, and over time, not initially, not taking the class, but over time, and particularly doing this job here, it allowed me to see that if you really want to make a difference, if you really want to have an impact on your community, the local government is where you want to do it at, because you get to be close to the constituents, you get to be close to the people at hand, you get to see the impact of your work on a daily basis driving down the road. So my kids are all here. This guy in the front here, he was 6 months old when I started on city council, and Claire was about 2 and Lexi about 4, and Jack was in the wings for quite a while. But being on council here, we're thankful for the ones who came before us, and I'm really hopeful that and sure that you're all going to do a great job going forward, and whoever comes next year and the subsequent years will do even better than we have now. So I just want to thank you all, and wish you the best of luck. And with that all being said, I'm happy to go back to where I came from, across the parking lot. So thank you all.
That's awesome.
Wait. The most important thing I should say in my life and in terms of thank you, Katie, and the impact that this kind of stuff does on a family, right? I can't tell you the worst part about this job is being the baseball coach that has to leave in the 6th inning to come to a city council meeting, or having to miss parent-teacher conferences because you have to be at a meeting. Katie has worked her butt off for the last 9 years in terms of managing so much stuff in our life, but particularly on meeting nights and making sure that all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted, and she is more deserving and than I could ever express. And I'm thankful for her, and I love her, and I thank you to my family. And I think some of you may have gotten an email from Lexi inquiring about the vacancy on City Council.
We did.
But we'll see what happens. But thank you, Katie. Thank you, guys. I love you all.
All right, I'll open up the council if council wants to say some words of happiness to Councilman Jolly before we get into the trophy ceremony, should we say.
No.
Council?
All right, I'll leave that.
I'll go ahead.
I'll say something. Jim, congratulations. You know what? I've known you for a very long time, and it's well-deserved position. I think you'll do a fine job, and sad to see you go from here, but I know it's your next step in life, and you're not going very far, so if I want to walk across the parking lot and see you, I know where you're at. So congratulations to you and your family. I'm glad you are getting what you want.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To Councilman Jolly, gosh, it's been a long time. I remember when you came up to me and wanted me to endorse you, and I had already endorsed 6 people for 4 seats, and it was that's what a pro does, you know. No, I'm teasing. But in all seriousness, you're going to be sadly missed, particularly by me, because I've sat next to you for the last 8 years, and every time your children would get sick, I'd get the sniffles. So it was like a lot of fun, and experienced a lot with you and watched you grow. And there was no real growing spurts because you're such a brilliant mind, and you look at things not only all the way around, but through and above and below, and just such talent. I told Jim Jolly he should run for Supreme Court one day, and I mean that. He's got an easy last name, and we're ready to rock and roll with a campaign in a few years here. So, Jim, God bless you, and anything I can help, and I'm sure all of us will be right behind you always. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Laura.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Mr. President. Councilman Jolly, it's been an honor serving with you. I had the pleasure of sitting next to you when I was first elected. And Brandon and I, Council President, and I were elected in 2020, and I was sitting in Councilman Morgan's seat, and you sat next to me, and he may or may not have hit me a few times, but I don't know if the camera picked that up or not. But it's been an honor serving with you. It's been fun understanding your legal mind and working side by side with you, and the council's better served with you, but our community is going to be better served with you as our judge now. And like Councilman Morgan said, if we have to come say hi to you, we'll run across the parking lot. But congratulations to you. I know you worked hard for this, and congratulations to your family, and well wishes, and good luck with that.
You can babysit anytime.
I'll take you up on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I probably served with Jim the least amount of time, but it's been a fun 11 months. And there was a time back in the spring when President McCullough wasn't going to be here, and I had to take the gavel pretty early on as vice president. And Jim took the time that morning to reach out to me and tell me it was going to be great and that he was going to support me any way he could, and I appreciated that. So I will miss serving with you. It's been fun getting to know you, and I hope I never have to stand before you across the street, but we'll definitely come over and visit.
Yes, of course. I concur with all my colleagues that you'll be greatly missed here on council. We definitely will miss your legal expertise, and have appreciated that all that you've been able to impart on us, especially as a new member of the council, your calls and voice of support. And I think one of the things that will make you a really great judge is your impartiality. In that, you don't tell other people what to feel or how to respond to certain things that come before us, but provide a sounding board that really helps you process information. So I've appreciated that, and spending time with your family, which of course we'll continue to do, but miss seeing you at these meetings. And congratulations on a well-deserved and just achieving your dream. I know it was really important to you, and I'm glad to see that you've reached that finish line. So,
All right. Jim, I've had the honor and privilege basically to count on you as a mentor when I jumped into this crazy world of politics. And I appreciate everything you've done for me. I got to tell a funny story. So, when I realized Jim's legal mind and his OCD to all things in life, and I also shared some of those, when I was running, I ended up putting a few campaign signs down the on-ramp at 275. And this guy calls me and goes, hey, what happens when someone looks at your sign and crashes into someone, and then I'm going to have to defend your butt in court? And I went, oh my gosh, he's covering all angles. But I got to tell you, I have many, many more of these stories that I won't share today. But honestly, it was an honor and privilege just to learn as much as I possibly could. And I'm sure everybody in this dais could probably say that about you. We're so happy that the journey continues in Livonia. You're going to be the best judge of all judges that can be. Your integrity and honorability are second to none. And like I've always said when you were running for this judge position, that there's no better person for the job. So congratulations. We're going to miss you. We're probably going to come in and hide in your little office over there, as you would always say. But we're looking forward to great things at the district court, and proud of you. And there'll always be an open door here. You probably want to take a breather, because I'm sure some of these meetings and some of the times and sporadicness, you can have that. But I know at one point you're going to miss some of our fun that we have here. But the door's always open. And with that, before we get into the fancy stuff, I was talking to Sarah, and even Susie Nash is in the audience, and I said, you know what? I think the one traditions that we do here is we do 8.5/11 pictures of us, and they're everywhere in the office. So with this, you get to take that home. Okay? And I asked for protocol and procedures, but you know what? They said it's up to the council president. I think everybody on council is fine. We've got that little guy for you. Little things for your office right here. And then the real thing here is, I'm not going to go through it all, but this is something that I know is very special to Jim, and I can help you hang it up over there if you don't know how to use a screwdriver or a drill, but we'd be happy to. But basically, this outlines everything that Jim's done for the city, and if that was the case, it would be a mile long. But with that, Jim, and on behalf of the city council, I'd like to present you with this incredible honor and award. Do we want to get a picture? Do you want a picture?
Sure.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, pictures it is, guys. All right.
The serious one?
No.
Remember, we got some of those.
I know. I'll wait for you guys. Hey, you.
She's going to resign in 5 minutes.
Smile.
Sorry,
You want to get with the family?
Yeah.
All right, family. Yeah, turn on the heat a little bit hotter, will you? Jeez.
Oh, wait.
One time I brought my glasses, but they wouldn't fall out.
I guess some people don't have heat, I shouldn't complain, but
You can go sit in my office.
Yeah, I'm good.
There's ice cubes for me
ice cubes, yeah.
on my desk.
He was told not to do a round building, okay?
No,
I was there.
No more round.
I was there.
Please.
It's hard to heat, it's hard space, it's terrible.
All right, let's give that guy one last round of applause from. All right. All right. Well, thanks for indulging everybody with giving him the floor on that. We're going to just jump in. Welcome to the 2006 regular meeting of Livonia City Council. This is a voting meeting. Minutes of this meeting will be approved at the next regular meeting scheduled to be held on Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. Madam Clerk, will you please take the roll?
Councilmember Toy,
Here?
Councilmember Jolly,
Present.
Vice President Tashnik,
Here.
Councilmember Donovic,
Here.
Councilmember Budzinski,
Here.
Councilmember Morgan,
Here.
President McCullough.
Here. And we have all 7 members of council present. I will now entertain a motion for the minutes from the regular meeting of City Council held on November 18th, 2024. Council?
So moved.
Support.
Toy, motion, Budzinski, support. Any comments from the audience on our minutes from the last regular meeting? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote?
Councilmember Toy,
Aye.
Councilmember Jolly,
Aye.
Vice President Tashnik,
Aye.
Councilmember Donovic,
Aye.
Councilmember Budzinski,
Aye.
Councilmember Morgan,
Aye.
President McCullough.
Aye. And the minutes of the last regular meeting have passed. I'm going to jump right into audience communication. The council has set aside 30 minutes for items that are not on the current agenda. If you'd like to speak, please make your way to the podium and name and address. Mr. Moon, do you want to speak now, or are you doing any public communication?
Will there be one near the end?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes. Make your way up and name and address, and you got 3 minutes. Good evening, sir.
Boyd C. Tinsley. My address is 8955 Lamont Street. And I'm here because I had a complaint with the city over my driveway. In 2022, I went to the Forest Department and I talked to Erica for Flores, and I told her that there was the tree that was coming up, it was causing damage to my driveway. And so she said, well, since she came out probably about a month later or so and looked at the tree, and she said, oh, it is, she agreed with me it was a city tree. So she said, well, we'll put it on the list to have it removed. They put it on the list to have it removed probably about a year later. They came out, they cut the tree. But when the tree was cut prior, the driveway was damaged. It was on not the whole driveway, 4 slabs of the driveway was damaged. So I went and talked to them, told them that, I asked them, are you guys going to fix the driveway? First I was told, no, we don't. They said, well, we don't do driveways. So I came down here and I talked to a lawyer. He told me to file a claim form. So I filed the claims form, and they sent it to Risk Management. Risk Management sent me a letter. First they said, in the letter right quick, they said it was partially on my property and their property. And the city tree. Then he went on to tell me that, well, they was doing me a favor by removing my tree. I said, okay, a favor. Well, okay. I said, well, because y'all just did me the only favor. Y'all picked me out to do a favor. So then he went on to say, and I did also talk to Don. Don is the director. Don also said it was a city tree. So Jim Duffy from Risk Management, he sent me a letter saying that they denied my claim. And the reason why they denied my claim is because it's not a city tree. It was not a city tree. So the sidewalk, so the driveway is not on city property. I said, it don't make sense. You guys came out, cut the tree. You said it was a tree. I talked to Jim Duffy. I went down, got a land surveyor, offered to get an independent. I said, well, I can get pay for an independent surveyor out of my pocket if need be. The Risk Management said there was no need because the city's saying it's not theirs. I said, but they already came and cut the tree and
Sir,
acknowledged
that's
that.
3 minutes. Is there a card right there on the podium?
Yeah.
All right, so what I'd like you to do, that's going to reach out to Sarah, who's our office manager for City Council. You came to the right place. We're going to help you get some answers. We're going to talk to the mayor's office to find out what's going on. The risk management, obviously, that's our MMRMA, that's the city's insurance carrier. But we'd be happy to get you some more information on what's going on with the disconnect. Probably follow up with Sarah tomorrow, if that's okay.
Okay. All right.
But I
thanks.
appreciate you coming out to tell us about it. Sorry about the inconvenience. We'll
All
see what we can do to get you some help.
All right, thanks.
Yep. Anybody else for audience communication for items not on the agenda? Seeing none, we are going to move on to council announcements. I will start off with Councilwoman Bazinski.
Hi, thank you. So just a few things. One, note from a comment from a resident at the last meeting regarding Livonia Community Transit, which is now Live and Go. I wanted to make sure that residents know that Live and Go is now accessible to all residents age 18 and older for any transportation needs within city limits. If you go to liveandgo.org, it'll take you to the city webpage where you can also download the app if you want to request a ride. So for both Android and Apple users, there's direct links on the website. And you can also call if you don't like to use technology in that way. Other exciting news is you can now donate styrofoam at Goodwill, located on Middlebelt, just south of Schoolcraft Road. At no cost. So as you know, the holiday season comes, if you have a styrofoam in your packaging, you can dispose of it in an environmentally sound way at our local Goodwill. I host monthly coffee hours. My last in-person coffee hour of the year was in November. This month, on Thursday, December 19th at 7 p.m., I will host a virtual coffee hour, though, on my Facebook page, providing a city update. If folks put questions in the question box, I'll answer those as well. I'll resume in-person coffee hours on January 18th at the Civic Center Library at 11 o'clock, if you'd like to attend that. And then finally, we also have the Merry and Bright Parade this Sunday at 4 o'clock. Fingers crossed for good weather. There's also the after party at the Civic Center Library where there'll be Santa, crafts, and Buddy the Elf.
Thank you. Councilman Donovan.
Thanks, Mr. President. As you may know, we've been getting new trash carts. I've received a few questions, and I know all of us are, but I guess just generally speaking, you can get a lot of questions answered on the letsroll.org page, letsroll.org. That is the page that has all of the information. There are so many questions on there. And it's funny, as residents ask questions that may not be on that link, we see more questions being added to the FAQ page. So I know it's quite the transition, and like I said, a lot of my colleagues have been getting questions, and please keep sending them. Some of the questions are new questions, but if you just want a lot of great information, all kinds of cool graphics and information on there, go to letsroll.org. Thanks, Mr. President.
Thank you. Anything else from council? Councilman Morgan.
I am going to announce the 2024 November retirees. We got Andrew McKinley, Senior Police Lieutenant, 25 years, 3 months of service. Congratulations on your retirement. And then we got Lori Hibbard of the 16th District Court. She's the Deputy Court Administrator with 27 years and 1 month of service. And I'd like to congratulate her too. They're very fine people. I know them both very well. And congratulations in your retirement. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Morgan. Anything further from council? I have one announcement. We want to wish our city clerk a very happy belated birthday. Hopefully everything was awesome and you had a great time.
Yes, thank you.
Also, I'd like to point out we do have a Law and Education Committee this Wednesday committee meeting here. It's going to probably be on the second floor. That's going to have 2 items. It's going to be noise ordinance and noxious weeds. We do have a public hearing on a week from today, December 9th. That is going to be for the proposed sheets development. And with that, that is about it. Anything further from council? Seeing none, I'm going to jump right into reports from the mayor and other city officials. I can say that we have 3 items. Communication from Finance dated November 7th. This is the Department Purchase Report for the month ending in October 31st, 2024. This is a receive and file. Item B is a communication from Finance dated November 15th. It's a quarterly investment report for the City of Livonia for the quarter ending May 31st. That's a receive and file. And item C is a communication from the Department of Finance dated November 15th, forwarding various financial statements of the City of Livonia for the months ending in June 30th, 2024 through July 31st, 2024. That is also a receive and file. From there, we're going to jump right into the consent agenda. I must say I do need to remove item number 2. Pull that out. It was due to a date snafu per the mayor's office. So we're going to yank that out, and it's going to be items 1 through 11 minus 2.
Do you need a motion to pull it out?
Oh, yes. Do I need a phone?
No, if it was at
it's
the
just going to be the
request of the
first.
mayor, we're fine.
Okay.
So this is items 1 through 11 with the exception of 2. On the consent agenda will be voted on as one item. These items were previously discussed at the study meeting that took place on November 18th, 2024, and determined to be non-controversial. Council, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Toy and Jolly. Any comments from the audience on our consent agenda? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote?
Councilmember Choi.
Aye.
Councilmember Jolly.
Aye.
Vice President Tashnik.
Aye.
Councilmember Donovic.
Aye.
Councilmember Budzinski.
Aye.
Councilmember Morgan.
Aye.
President McCullough.
Aye. And we're going to jump into our unfinished business, and we're going to start now with item number 12 is going to be,
It would still be number 2.
it will be number 2. This is the item that we pulled off as a reappointment of Linda Shield to Livonia Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. This comes to us from the Office of Mayor for a term which will expire on November 24th, 2026. Council, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Maker of the motion is Vice President, and Councilman Donovic with the support. Basically, this is just, we made a decision to say that we thought it was 2027, and the mayor's office confirmed that it was supposed to be 2026. I think we missed that vote last year, but oh well, we will take care of it right now. Any comments from council? Any comments from the audience? Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote on the reappointment of Linda Shield to the Brownfield Development Authority?
Councilmember Choi.
Aye.
Councilmember Jolly.
Aye.
Vice President Tashnik.
Aye.
Councilmember Donovic.
Aye.
Councilmember Budzinski.
Aye.
Councilmember Morgan.
Aye.
President McCullough.
Aye, and the item passes 7-0. Interesting enough, we're going to move on to item number 12, and I have to recuse myself because I serve on the executive board of the Livonia Hockey Association. Have fun.
Do we have someone coming up?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll let you come up.
So you announce it. Just gotta announce it.
Welcome.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah. Try to get a motion.
So this is a request for designation as a nonprofit organization from the Livonia Hockey Association as required by the state of Michigan to obtain a charitable gaming license to allow a raffle fundraiser in the future. And it looks like we are looking for Shelley Ann Dow.
Mrs. President, support.
Well, that was fun.
Feels special.
Motion by Toy, supported by Donovic. Thank you. Go ahead. Introduce yourself, please.
Yes, my name is Shelley Ann Dow, and I serve on the board for the Livonia Hockey Association, and we are looking to obtain this today. If there are any questions at all on it, I presented all of the material, and hopefully we'll be able to have this passed.
Great. Could you tell us just a little bit about your event?
Absolutely. It is for our Youth Hockey Association, in that we are continuously finding new ways for our teams to raise funds individually, because they are obviously all volunteer and parents are funding quite a bit. And this gives a lot of these teams opportunities in order to raise the necessary funds for the season and help lift the burden from their members. And what it entails is they are attending different charitable events and assisting in ways and actually obtaining these funds that will go directly towards their ice bills and other items that will assist them financially.
Great, that sounds
Madam
good.
Vice Chair.
Go ahead, Mrs. Toy.
Thank you so much. If I may, to the petitioner, what type of raffle is this? Are these dollar amounts? Is it for a car? Is it for a free hockey stick? I mean,
No problem.
Yeah.
There are different options, and yes, it's any type of charitable raffle that they can either attend a gaming association or run different raffles individually and personally as a team.
okay, so we're not real sure exactly what you're raffling off?
It's a general raffle. It's not anything specific.
Okay. Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Jolly.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. So I just want to commend you for stepping up for the Livonia Hockey Association in terms of putting this together. Hockey is obviously a very expensive sport.
Yes.
And you're making every effort you can to raise funds to defray the cost for the community here. Yes. Livonia has a very long-standing tradition of hockey. I think it's produced things like Mr. McCullough.
Yes.
Whether or not we want to...
Things like that.
I don't know. Things like that. I don't know. Hockey players or things like that. So anyways, I think it's great to continue the tradition. Hockey's always been expensive, but I think it's getting even more so with there sometimes being less people participating in it. There's costs that have to get paid at the arena, at ice time, across the board. We actually have a really unique circumstance with our arenas here in Livonia as well, where a related organization, but not Livonia Hockey specifically, actually manages the ice arenas on behalf of the city under a partnership agreement. So you're really serving not just the community through the hockey perspective alone, but the city of Livonia as a whole as well. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Mr. Donovic.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Thank you, as the best skater on the city council. Thank you for what you guys do. As a hockey fan and growing up in Livonia, the Livonia Hockey Association is a really big organization with tons of amazing athletes, and it is really a hockey town. So it's great to see our younger people getting involved in such a great sport. Unfortunately, Mr. McCullough is involved with you guys. I'm sorry to hear that, but the city council is here to help you nonetheless, and good luck to all those athletes and skaters out there. Thank you guys for what you're doing.
Much appreciated, Councilman. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from council? No? Any comments from the audience?
Bless you.
All right, seeing none. Madam Clerk, will you take the vote?
Councilmember Toy.
Aye.
Councilmember Jolly.
Aye.
Councilmember Donovic.
Aye.
Councilmember Budzinski.
Aye.
Councilmember Morgan.
Aye.
Vice President Tashnik.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you
Motion's
so
passed,
much.
6-0.
Thank you, everyone.
We'll give Mr. McCullough a second to come back on. Oh, well, we can. And I will pass that right on back to you.
All right. We are on item number 13, is a request to authorize an additional expenditure, it comes to us from the Engineering Division, for the 2024 Concrete Road Program, Contract 24-C from budgeted funds. Council?
Move to approve.
Support.
Approval from Jolly, support from Donovic. Council, do you have anything further? Anything from the audience? Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote?
Councilmember Toy.
Aye.
Councilmember Jolly.
Aye.
Vice President Tashnik.
Aye.
Councilmember Donovic.
Aye.
Councilmember Budzinski.
Aye.
Councilmember Morgan.
Aye.
President McCullough.
Aye, and the item carries 7-0. We're going to move on to item number 14, is a request for a proclamation to honor the retirement of Judge Kathleen McCann. This comes to us from Councilmember Jim Jolly to honor her service to the community of Livonia. Council, do I have direction?
So moved.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tie, I think.
Support.
Why don't we go Vice President and support for Toy?
Sure.
I'm going to hand it over to Councilman Jolly.
Thank you, Mr. President. So I have a unique opportunity tonight on what will probably be my last item as a city councilman to honor my former boss, who is also the person who I am going to get to succeed at the district court. So without going into too many details, I actually started at the district court as an intern and then a law clerk and a court officer serving underneath Judge Kathleen McCann. So she is really instrumental in my own development, but a lot of other law clerks and court officers and people in the community as well, who she really had a really guiding hand in terms of putting out into the legal profession and otherwise. So we want to take an opportunity here tonight. This is her last month serving as our district court judge here in Livonia, but she will continue to serve as a visiting judge and some other opportunities within the city and our community. So I want to just take a minute here before we vote on this, and it's going to take a minute, but I want to read this out to honor her service. Whereas Judge Kathleen McCann has served the community of Livonia and the 16th District Court with unwavering dedication, fairness, and integrity since her election in 1994, embodying the highest standards of judicial service, and whereas throughout her remarkable career, spanning nearly 3 decades, Judge McCann has demonstrated her commitment to justice and public service by ensuring every individual in her courtroom was met with respect, kindness, and a fair opportunity to be heard. And whereas Judge McCann has left an indelible mark on the 16th District Court, not only by overseeing its cases, but also by leading transformative initiatives, including the construction of Livonia's current courthouse in 2010, a project that she described as her child and a labor of love. Whereas Judge McCann has been a trailblazer and advocate for innovative programs like the Sobriety Court program she helped launch in 2006, which has provided life-changing support to countless individuals battling addiction, exemplifying her dedication to rehabilitation and community well-being. And whereas her colleagues, court staff, and the Livonia community have benefited from her humility, wisdom, and tireless advocacy for justice, with her leadership and approachability, inspiring trust and confidence in the judicial system. And whereas Judge McCann has upheld her family's legacy of service, following the footsteps of her late father, Judge James McCann, whose mentorship and guidance were instrumental in shaping her career, creating a legacy that will be remembered for generations. And whereas she retires, Judge McCann embarks on a new chapter filled with opportunities for travel and personal growth while continuing to contribute as a visiting judge, remaining a steadfast part of the judicial family she so deeply cherishes. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the people of the city of Livonia and the 16th District Court, expressed our profound gratitude to Judge Kathleen McCann for her decades of exemplary service, her commitment to fairness and justice, and her tireless efforts to improve the lives of those in our community. Be it further resolved that we celebrate her extraordinary career and wish her and her husband, Norm, a fulfilling and joyful retirement filled with continued adventures and cherished memories. And it's signed by each of us here in the City Council. And I'll just say, this is, we can't express enough when somebody spends 3 decades plus of their lives serving our community on a daily basis. It's a different kind of circumstance, and although we serve here in the city, we see one realm of the city, and she has experienced a different realm, but all for the greater good of the community as a whole. So she's not here tonight. The plan was not for her to be here tonight. She's actually having a retirement party, retirement celebration of sorts on December 5th. I think some of us will be there, and we'll present this to her at that time. But I did speak to her, and she was very grateful for the honor, and she thanks you all.
Awesome. Thanks, Councilman Jolly. Council,
Mr. Chair.
floor is yours.
Thank you. If I may, this is a long tradition of the McCann family over at the court system. My father worked as a court officer over there for many years. McCanns have done a fantastic job, whether it was Jim McCann or Kathleen McCann, and our own Bob Nash worked in the court system as well. And it was a very important role, as my colleague just said, and it interacts within our city to a great degree. I'm sure that Kathleen learned many of her skills at Stinkin' Lincoln Elementary School in Livonia. That used to be right by the turkey farm. So Kathleen was 1 year ahead of me at Stinkin' Lincoln, and we used to chase those turkeys out on the playground. So we won't give you any more history than that, although we all cried when it caught on fire and the turkeys were probably fried early for the Thanksgiving dinner. So anyhow, I just got to tell you that this is a quality family. Kathleen has been a quiet heroine She led women when it was unpopular, so to speak, or not common, if you will, as a district judge within the Wayne County system, which you know can be really challenging. And so subsequently done a fantastic job. And the reason Kathleen leaves is because of the age limit within the judicial system at the district level. So Kathleen will be, again, sadly missed. A lot of changes in our community are coming, and it's just a great family, and we're so proud of her and her accomplishments. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Councilman Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to concur with my colleagues' remarks. It's been a pleasure serving with Judge McCann, getting to know her and her husband, Norm, and just all the work that our judges do at the courthouse next door. So thank you to Judge McCann and your family for serving the city of Livonia for so long, and everything that you've given to the residents, our communities, our judge. And congratulations on retirement. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Anything further from council? Anything from the audience? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please? Oh, yes. Good evening, sir.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Good evening, council. Robert Nash here again. I've been here a couple times in the last month, so probably getting sick of me by now. But anyways, 16136 Gulfview Street in the great city of Livonia, state of Michigan, 48154. And so I just wanted to say a few words about Judge Kathleen McCann. So I know Judge Kathleen McCann and the entire McCann family for that matter, but on a more personal, a more friendship level. And let me tell you, you will not find a finer person than Judge Kathleen McCann. Judge McCann is an absolutely wonderful person. She is very kind, very caring, very compassionate, very good-hearted, very pleasant every day and all of the time, and she is always very professional as well. Judge McCann has a deep caring about and for people and for helping people, and I think that's very important. And when I say people, I mean she cares about all people. Judge McCann cares about her family, her friends, her employees, the defendants that come in front of her, the attorneys that practice before her, and even total strangers. Judge McCann cares about all people and about helping all people, and I think that's really important. And that's why I think Judge McCann was such a great judge over the last 30 years. When she started in 1994, she brought all those characteristics and personality traits of overall kindness and caring with her onto the bench, and she displayed all this kindness and professionalism to every defendant, respondent, and to every attorney that came before her. And I'll just wrap it up now. And that's why Judge Kathleen McCann did such a great job as judge for many years. She is truly a very wonderful and caring person. And so congratulations on a job well done, and congratulations on your retirement, Judge Kathleen McCann. And thank you to the council for listening and for your time. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nash.
Thank you.
Anything else from the audience for this item number 14? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote?
Councilmember Toy.
Aye.
Councilmember Jolly.
Aye.
Vice President Tashnik.
Aye.
Councilmember Donovic.
Aye.
Councilmember Budzinski.
Aye.
Councilmember Morgan.
Aye.
President McCullough.
Aye, and the item carries 7-0. With that, that concludes our regular meeting. I'm going to jump back to the audience now for anybody that would like to speak on items that are not on the agenda. Mr. Moon, take your time. We will not start the clock until you tell us when.
Thanks, boss. I wasn't born this way. Oh, and Donovic, you might be the best skater, but when I'm up here, I'm the best fighter.
Oh.
Woo. Woo, woo.
Those were freebies. I haven't even started the clock yet.
And you're messing with my captain up there, man.
There we go. Take that all day, Mr. Moon. How are you, sir?
I'm happy to be here.
It's good to see you.
Thanks for having me. Today is 2024, December 2, and on 2024, November 18, I began sharing information concerning how do I get to find out more about this Glenn Moon guy. So we ended up on Facebook page number 9 of 14, so that's where we're going to start. Ready?
Ready.
Go. That is, go to your search, go to your Facebook search, type in the letters MOON space GOVERNMENT. Moon government. Go. Okay, I'm hoping this up by the camera somewhere. All right, so Moon government. Now, Moon government on my phone page, it's the only one of my 14, count them, 14 pages from one account that says underneath Moon government, followers and following. All the rest from you have to go to followers and then seek the followings from that. So, but right now we can go directly to followings. We'll go to Moon government, and let's get on with this show. Vegas Review, jazz musician. Now, for everybody who might be watching, you can know that I delivered a scorecard for these Facebook pages to council, so they have a cheat sheet to work with. So there's Vegas Review, jazz musician. Tap on followers. We're going to enter the final four, and that starts with Melody Band 2. Now, each of these last four have the number 2 at the end, and you must include that 2 or else you won't get to it. So we're at one word, MELODYBAND 2, Melody Band 2, with a profile picture, Holy Bible. And words underneath it says, music history related to Wednesday afternoon dance, senior center, city Livonia, sub-city, Detroit, Michigan, USA. Oh, that sounds like fun. Let's go dancing. Followers. Following. Glenn Moon 2, one word. This is all one word. GLENNMOON 2. Right here. Glenn Moon 2. With words underneath that say, musician at glory to God in name Jesus Christ. What's up with this guy?
20 seconds.
20?
Yep.
Hurry up. Followers. Come on. Glenn Moon goes to Moon House, Livonia, Michigan, USA 2. That is the house that's currently in probate. If you got $400,000, come on over tomorrow. I want my $100,000. I got 3 brothers. I'm getting 25%. And the last one is my favorite, world's greatest rock and roll show of all time 2. So that's 3 words. World's greatest rock and roll show of all time 2. That's my favorite.
All right. And just with that, you hit your time, but we got it in.
I think we did it this time.
We did. Well done.
There's one more session before the end of the year, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay.
We look forward to seeing you.
And hopefully, okay, I know I'm out of time, but as I'm walking away, I'll say, hopefully I will still be a resident at 34461 Wood Street on December 18th. December 11th, you're all invited to join me in court to see if I'm going to be evicted or not. And you all got information about that too. December 11th, 11 a.m., courtroom 1. Thanks for listening.
Thanks,
and congratulations to Judge Jolly, and congratulations to Judge McCann.
Thank you, Mr. Moon. It's great to see you.
Whom I've also have known for 30 years.
There you go. All right. Any other audience communications? All right. We're going to jump back to council. And council, any closing remarks?
I think Councilman Jelly gets this final.
And if it's okay, listen, council, you know what, Jim's probably going to sweat, but I'm going to let him, if it's okay with council, clap this one out. Is that all right?
That's cool.
It's a little bit too hard, though.
Do I have to hit this or can I hit you?
No, you can't hit me. You cannot. Take us home.
Just very quickly, I just want to thank all of you for the kind words, and it's been a pleasure. It's not goodbye, obviously, but it's been a pleasure, and I will miss the camaraderie probably most of all in these meetings. So can we have a motion to adjourn, Ms. Toy?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Support.
Support from Donovic. If there's nothing else, good night, Livonia. Thank you very much.